It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 8th Annual Construction Management Student Competition. This competition is an event sponsored by the Roofing Alliance. The Roofing Alliance plays a vital role in promoting the advancement of roofing through research, education, technology, and charitable programs. And one of the goals of this competition is to provide an active role in the roofing industry to become more engaged, for the roofing industry to become more engaged and involved in the schools for the construction management across the country. Just as a quick note, there's handouts on the chairs that gives you more information about the program. You probably had to see them to sit down in your chair. So, I will begin by thanking our committee members. They're the ones that oversee this construction initiative. And also, we have team mentors and also judges, which will be noted in a little bit. All of these people spend a lot of their time dedicated to this program, and we want to thank them for all of their time. I also would like to give a special thanks to Mr. Rob Anderson of Quality Roofing and Sheet Metal. Rob's company is actually the one that re-roofed the hotel that was used for the competition. Rob was extremely helpful, providing plans, specs, and insight into the project. He actually became our liaison with the owners to allow us to take the students on the roof yesterday. So all 5 teams were able to get up on the roof. Rob was up there and answered their questions and gave them some insight, I hope, about how much fun the project was to do. So thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
So the project this year is an iconic building right there on Bourbon Street. It's one of those kind of buildings that when you see in the movies, you know you're on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. The project this year is called the Four Points Sheraton Hotel. I guess they're right there on Bourbon Street. It's approximately 18,000 square feet, 5-story structure. The scope of work for the project included roof removal, disposal, working on the roof with very, very limited access because of not just Bourbon Street, just everything down there. The whole building was landlocked. The hotel was going to stay occupied during the project duration. Safety of the workers, safety of the hotel guests, and safety of those just walking down the sidewalk was of utmost importance. And oh, by the way, there's a parking deck on the back side, and also there's a pool in the middle. So just, a little bit of challenges for the students to look at around the whole project. So, the roof end assembly after they tore the roof off was to put a new layer of polyiso insulation, a chipboard cover, and an adhered Firestone 80 mil white PO system. Of course, all related flashing and so on and so forth. So, a little bit about our teams that are here now. We had 7 teams to begin with, and the written proposals were turned in, and the teams selected to come for the oral presentation are here today. So the 7 teams that were originally selected, or that competed, Bradley University, California Polytechnic State, Clemson University, Colorado State University, Minnesota State in Mankato, Texas A&M, and the University of Florida. So the ones who are now going to do oral presentations will be doing that shortly. So once the competing colleges formed their teams, they received a complete bid package with a written scope of work, project information, pictures, roof plans, details, permit information, safety criteria, and along with many other pieces of information that the teams used for the project. From this information, the teams had to perform a quantity takeoff, put together their roof estimate for this roof replacement. And just remember that most of the students didn't know a whole lot about roofing, so they had to learn about roofing as well. The next step was they had to put their pricing together in an information package, and that was turned in to the judges at the end of November, and for the judges to evaluate. So the written information they provided was very important because the owner, in this particular case, wanted the best roof best roofing contractor, not just the cheapest price. Okay? So our competition guidelines, the teams have a total of 4 students with a 5th alternate or the backup. Each team developed their team name, which reflects their strengths. Students are undergraduates and must be currently enrolled in the school's construction management program during the competition time frame. And each team had a roofing mentor who was there to advise them and help educate them on roofing ideas, that was basically limited on his assistance. He did not, that mentor did not put this program together. He was there to advise. So the submission process, as you see, the competition, the teams got the information, the teams had to have their submittals in by the end of November, by Thanksgiving basically. The 5 teams were selected for the oral presentations. And we'll be doing that today. Today's February 2nd, right? The IRE. And then the winning teams will be announced along with other parts of the program at the award ceremony tomorrow. Today. Thank you. So, written proposals. We have 6 judges, which will be introduced to you in a little bit. The criteria for the written presentations, the total presentations for the written will be worth 100 points. The oral presentation today will be worth 200 points. So the final scores will be taken as a tally of the combination of those 2 written and oral presentations. So, presentations you're about to see, the results of the work of the students themselves. While each team has their mentor and also guidance from their staff. The mentors only provide their guidance, as I noted, and also some roofing assistance. So before the oral presentations begin, I want to congratulate each and every team as a group, and each team member as individuals, and along with their staff and mentors, because there's a lot of work going into this. I mean, as an experienced estimator, it takes a lot of work to put some project like this together. But these guys, they had a commitment way beyond just their normal classes. So congratulations for that. So with that, I will step off stage and I'll introduce Mr. Bill Good, who will come up here and introduce our judges, and he will actually be your MC for the rest of the program. Thanks.
Thanks, Alan. Good morning. Morning. We got a competition here. I have just a couple things to do. Go through the schedule here. The way we're going to do this is each team gets 15 minutes to present, followed by 10 minutes of questions from our distinguished panel of judges, whom I will introduce in a moment. And then we'll take a little transition break in between each team's presentation, because our judges are a little slow and they need time to make notes. So we'll get through the day. So let me introduce them. They're all actually very beautiful people. You can't see them because their backs are to you, but I'd like to introduce them all to you because they are all very significant people in the roofing industry. So from my right and your left, you see the back of John said, is John Geary with Nations Roof, which is a large national roofing contracting company. Elaine Hardy-Pierce, who has the longest title I've ever seen, but just know that she's a very important person with GAF, the largest manufacturer of roofing materials in the country, maybe the world, I think, I don't know, but anyway, they're big. Scott Kowalik with B&M Roofing in the Denver area. Dudley Miles, J.D. Miles and Son in Norfolk, Virginia. Bob Pringle with Charles F. Evans, Elmira, New York, large regional roofing contractor, and John Yuko, president of GSM Roofing in Ephrata, Pennsylvania, another large regional roofing contracting company. And with that, we are ready to begin, and our first team up is from Colorado State. So, ladies and gentlemen, please come take the stage and have at it.